in our Level 1 Trauma Center. We're persistent, restoring lives at our Tier Rehabilitation and Research Hospital. We are Memorial Hermann. And we're making neuroscience breakthroughs every day.
This is the HBU Husky Sports Network, powered by Legacy Sports.
Back on the Huskies pregame show with head coach Donna Finney. Donna, one player that stood out looking at the box score from the game at Nichols the other day was Lauren Calver. Had her first career double-double with 12 points but 11 rebounds, and that's really a breakthrough for her.
I mean, it's quite surprising that that's her first career double-double because Lauren has had some really good games for us, and I think I just talked about consistency in the first half there. If you're looking at who's been consistent for us in conference, it's Lauren. You know, she's come out every day in conference play, giving us double figures. She's rebounded the ball a lot better, and she's been the kind of spark that we've needed. But you know, we still expect more from her, and she knows that. You know, like, we kind of put added pressure onto Lauren and said, like, we need you to step up here because she is evolving into a leader at both ends of the floor, and her numbers are reflecting that. So pleased with her contribution, but, you know, I still think she can give a lot more, and we've talked a lot about developing her perimeter game a little bit more because she can hit that open three, but we want her to, you know, develop a little more into a mid-range off the dribble, and that's something that we look forward to doing in the postseason this year.
The injury problem we've talked about, you know, all season, and finally this is going to be as healthy as you've been over the last 6 weeks or so. The one problem may be Bria Johnson with her shoulder problem, but you know, you've learned to work through that, and now some momentum with the health issue, whereas Northwestern State still has some health problems.
Yeah, I mean, we have numbers in terms of bodies, but whether those bodies are all healthy is, you know, I think Natalia's really in pain every day, and I'm hoping that we can get a few minutes out of her, but, you know, she has such a high pain tolerance and is wearing a boot constantly. I don't know how much we can use her, and it's a shame because Natalia has put together some really big games for us and has been such a strong defensive presence, but you know, the kid can barely walk without the boot, and it's you know, you hate to see that when she's suffering like that. And then Bria, obviously, you know, has just had the worst luck of any kid I've known. I mean, but I'll say this: her mental state has been fantastic. Like, she's been so positive and wants to play, and you know, when I called her name out in that SFA game, I've never seen a kid look so elated about being able to play and being given the opportunity to play, and I hope that spreads off on the other kids on the team, that they see how much she appreciates the game and loves the game, that she wants to go in despite playing through pain.
Big game tonight. What are the keys in a win over Northwestern State?
Well, it's an interesting one, Bill, because we don't really know who they're going to field tonight. So, you know, I think Nautica Grant is such a good shooter for them. And if she's playing tonight, then we have to make sure that we limit her touches on the perimeter. You know, we can't give her any open looks. So we got to kind of play defense before she catches the ball. We have to rebound to run against this team. I mean, it's been a theme the last few games. We did such a good job of it at Central Arkansas. And we did a good job at Nichols, and unfortunately just couldn't finish when we got to the rim. But we have to get back to running from our defense. And then the last thing for us is no open shots in transition. Our transition defense on Saturday at Nichols was probably the worst it's been all year, and we just didn't communicate. So that's something we've talked about the last couple of days, and make sure we don't give up open looks.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Donna Finney, the head coach of the Huskies. I'll be back with starting lineups in the tip of tonight's game against the Lady Demons on the Husky Sports Network.
That moment you realized he really does love you. That moment your boss thanked you for crushing it like a boss in the sales meeting. That moment you decided to treat you. Whatever that moment is, Tiff's Treats warm cookies, baked from scratch and delivered warm, are the perfect companion. Tiff's Treats. Order now at cookiedelivery.com.
We see your compassion and your tireless dedication. We see your selflessness, and we applaud you for it. We want you to have the freedom to be uniquely, passionately, and gloriously you. At Houston Baptist University, we're creating online programs that give moms, service members, retirees, and everyone in between the freedom to be who they are and to never stop learning. Learn more at hbuonline.com.
Athletics. Are you looking for a totally free checking account? Houston Federal Credit Union has it, and it's packed with free services like mobile banking with person-to-person transfers and mobile bill pay. And Houston Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of HBU athletics. So stop by their office at 6808 Bentliff Drive and experience a better way of banking. Visit HoustonFCU.org for more information. Houston Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of HBU.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA.
Pepsi bubble for me money, any and every time, full of vibes, yes right? Don't ask me why.
Original Pepsi flavor, perfect price, satisfaction in action, just the right size.
When we crave that fresh Pepsi flavor, at the $60 Pepsi bubble of me favor, experience we savor.
At the bubble we draw, original pocket saver.
Get the original bubble of your money now. It full of taste plus the price right.
Original Pepsi flavor is nicer than nice.
We draw for the bubble like at the right size.
Pepsi, live for now.
Bill Cousins back with you at Sharp Gym. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. Give you the Huskies first, and it's been the same lineup that Donna Finney has sent out over the last few games. Inside players, Lauren Calver, a 6'1 sophomore from Helensburgh, New South Wales, averaging just under 9 points and a bit over 4 rebounds a game. Had her first double-double of her career on Saturday at Nicholls State. Kennedy Collins will get the start in the post, a 6'1 junior from Cedar Creek High School in Bastrop. Just under 2 points and 2 rebounds a game. That was about her averages on Saturday at McNeese. Running the point will be Megan Valdez, a 5'6 freshman from Lady Bird Johnson High School in San Antonio. 5 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. Amanda Johnson will be at a wing, 6'1 junior from Georgetown, the Huskies' leading scorer and 4th leading scorer in the Southland Conference. 16 even and 4.5 rebounds a game. And Sydney Carr, a 5'8 sophomore from Crosby, at 8 points and 3.5 rebounds a game. Donna Finney, the head coach, 53 up, 88 down in her 5th season, assisted by Lauren Tippett, Becca Allison, and Precious Ivy. Northwestern State, 7-17. This is how Jordan Dupuy in his 2nd year at Natchitoches will send it out, and it's a question mark here because he's starting 4 inside players and just 1 guard, but that's because of injuries. And we'll get over that, get onto that a little bit later. Victoria Miller, a 6' sophomore from Carrollton, averaging 5 points and 3 rebounds a game, is 1 inside player. Jasmine Johnson, listed as a forward, a 5'8 sophomore from West Monroe, Louisiana, 7.5 points, 2.5 rebounds a game. Leah Barnes, a 6'1 junior from Richfield, Minnesota, a transfer from North Dakota State College of Science, just under 6 points and 3 rebounds a game. Jocelyn Scott, also an inside player, 5'11 sophomore from McKinney North High School, just under 7 points and 3.5 rebounds a game. And the only guard listed is Jada Freeman, a 5'8 freshman from Ranchview High School outside of Irving, just under 3 points and 2 rebounds a game. Jordan Dupuy in his 2nd season up at Natchitoches, 20 up and 34 down. Our officials tonight, Krista McKinnon, Doug Williams, and Bobby Jarman. And we're about ready to go here at Sharp Gym. The Huskies are 4 games behind the 8th place team right now with 6 to go. So as you see, it is a high hill that they have to climb to try to get back into contention to extend their season in Katy in the Southland Tournament. Injuries have been a factor for both teams, but Huskies have most of their guys back right now. Natalia Guarda still bothered with an Achilles, and Bria Johnson, who, after missing most of the early part of the season, recovering from her knee injury a year ago, injured her shoulder a couple of weeks ago, so she is listed as available, but a lot of guys out for Northwestern State. Doug Williams will throw it up. Kennedy Collins and Victoria Miller tip it, and Sydney Carr gets it for the Huskies, and the Huskies start off as Amanda Johnson drives the baseline, misses a layup, but Kennedy Collins with the rebound. Now she has a shot blocked, but Kennedy fights for the rebound with Leah Barnes, and it'll be the Lady Demons ball. So the Huskies missed a couple of short shots. They get the rebound into the pass into Freeman, and she brings it across the timeline, picked up by Sydney Carr. Jasmine Johnson over on the wing, back out front to Leah Barnes. Here's Freeman driving in. Layup shot is no good, but she was fouled as she went up by Sydney Carr, and that is the first mark on the scorecard tonight. Freeman will be at the line. She is a 67% free throw shooter, shooting a pair. First free throw rolls off, no good. Freeman started in their latest game. That was an 83-48 loss at Stephen F. on Saturday. And she misses both of them. Lauren Calver runs down the rebound, and the Huskies come back the other way, still scoreless. 9:20 to go in the first period. Megan Valdez out front, gets to Amanda Johnson. She drives down the lane. Layup shot is good. Amanda with the first two. The Huskies up 2-zip, 9:10 left in the first period. As Freeman picked up by Carr once again across the timeline into the attacking zone. Looks for a high post, and it's almost stolen away by Collins, but that is Barnes that recovers the ball. Back out to Jocelyn Scott to the free throw line, and now we have a travel call, and a turnover gives the ball to the Huskies. Scott skidded. It's easier to tell you who is playing for Northwestern State instead of recounting all their injuries. We'll try to get that at some point. There's a pass intended for Collins. It's stolen by Victoria Miller. And she gets it underneath. That is Barnes with a layup. And it's a 2-2 game. Turnovers even at one each. Amanda Johnson to Kennedy Collins in the near corner. She drives the baseline. But stopped there and gets it back out and knocked out. Tried to get it back out to Valdez, but it was knocked out of bounds by Scott. And the Huskies will have the ball underneath their own basket, but with just 17 on the shot clock. Actually, the ball will be inbounded near the corner. And Valdez gets it into Johnson. Here is a three put up by Valdez. No good. A long rebound comes down to Northwestern State. Freeman back across the timeline. Gets it over to Miller. Back to Scott. Dribbles to the top of the key. Jasmine Johnson touches the ball for the first time. They swing it around. Now a shot, long shot put up, and it is no good, and Valdez comes down with a rebound for the Huskies. Carr tries to drive, and ball bounces off a Northwestern State player, but Valdez picks it up. So she'll start the offense with a pass over to Amanda Johnson. Amanda drives to the baseline, gets it back out to Lauren Calver. She'll drive into the lane and turns around, and she was bumped as she started a turnaround drive, and the foul is on Miller, her first, the team's first, but no shots being taken, and Sydney Carr is going to sit down as Sophie Taylor comes in. Sophie, a sophomore from Round Rock's Westwood High School. 8.5 points, 3 rebounds a game. Now Johnson gets it back out to Valdez. She tries another three, but Calver gets a rebound, sneaks in. Here is Taylor driving in. Shot is no good, and there's a blocking foul underneath against the Demons. And it's going to be on Barnes. That is her first and the team's second. So Sophie will be at the line. Sophie had 8 points and 2 rebounds off the bench against Nichols on Saturday, shooting a pair. And gets the shooter's roll. It curls in. Sophie, a 72% free throw shooter, gets the second, but this one is short, but a long rebound comes down to Valdez. She puts up a layup. It is no good, and Freeman gets the rebound. So 1 point of the 2 available there, and the Huskies lead 3-2. 7 minutes to go in the first period. Freeman has the ball, running the point, dribbles to the wing. Entry pass tipped away and picked up and dribbled out of bounds. Well, Barnes had it, and one of the Huskies tipped it out of bounds, so 10 seconds on the shot clock as Northwestern State inbounds it. Here's a shot blocked by Calver, and what are we going to have? An offensive foul called against Victoria Miller, jumping into Calver, and that's going to get her out of the game, and in will be Liva Gilliam. Gilliam, a 6'1 junior from Huntsville, Alabama, has not played in the last 5 games for the Lady Demons because of concussion, but she's in there tonight. Huskies with a 3-2 lead. Here is entry pass, goes into Kennedy Collins. Her turnaround jump shot from the lane is good, and Kennedy gives the Huskies a 5-2 lead. 6:20 to go in the first period. Freeman across, works off the pick from Johnson, but gives it back out front to Gillum. This is Jocelyn Scott, tries to throw it down, and we've got the ball. A foul going to be called on one of the Huskies. Or nope, just an out of bounds. No foul. And Veronica Kirienko is going to come in now. Nika, a 6'4 junior from Tashkent, Uzbekistan, just under 6 points and 5.5 rebounds a game. And Kennedy Collins will sit down. Now there's a question. Doug Johnson over at the scores table across from us. Ready to go again. Northwestern State with, they reset the shot clock. That's what they did. So here's Gillum trying a shot, turnaround shot, no good. Valdez, another rebound. Long pass goes down to Calver. She drives to the baseline. Turnaround shot is no good. And the rebound comes down to Northwestern State. Jocelyn Scott trying to push it. Over to Barnes. Back out to Freeman. She'll start the offense. She's picked up by Taylor. She drives in. Good shot, a good stop. And she popped it in. 5-4 our score. Scoreboard doesn't have it correctly. Here is an entry pass, goes into Kirienko. Turnaround shot is good. 7-4 should be our score. Now they're really messed up. Now they got it right. Come back the other way. Freeman gets an entry pass, goes to Barnes, that is, and she scores an easy turnaround shot. She's got 4 of the 6 points for Northwestern State. The Huskies up by a point, 7-6. Sophie Taylor. Here is Johnson with a 3, long. Rebound goes to Northwestern State on the break. Jocelyn Scott has to run it down. Brings it over to Barnes up front. She's trying to get it to Freeman, finally does, and she'll start the offense, but only 14 now on the shot clock. She drives to the elbow, gets back out front. Here's a long shot put up, no good, and Valdez gets another rebound. Huskies trying to break. Here's Valdez driving in. Around one player. The rebound is no good, and we're going to have an offensive foul on Valdez. First foul on Megan. Second foul on the Huskies, and we'll have a media timeout, I think. With 4:07 to go. Yeah, there they go. Huskies up 7-6 at the first break. This is Husky basketball powered by the Legacy Sports Network.
Of Houston Baptist University. Did you know the value of your degree increases when you actively participate in the HBU Alumni Association? Your Alumni Association actively supports the growth, retention, and ranking of our school by our scholarship efforts. Husky Alumni Network volunteers actively work to recruit the best and brightest to HBU, and we promote and support programs intended to build a growing network of people committed to quality, higher Christian education through our alumni scholarship efforts. We also work to strengthen the bond between our university and the community, and we're your connection to over 18,000 fellow alumni, mostly in and around the Houston metro area. Log on to learn more about our mission and your privileges and benefits at hbu.edu/alumni. And find us via social media on Facebook at the Houston Baptist University Alumni Association page and on Twitter and Instagram at HBU_alumni. But no matter how you do it, connect with the HBU Alumni Association, because a strong alumni base equals a strong HBU.
4:07 to go in the first period. The Huskies holding on to a 7-6 lead. Neither team shooting particularly well. Northwestern State 3 of 8 from the field. They've missed their only three-pointer, but they've missed both their free throws. The difference in the game, Sophie Taylor made one free throw. Missed the second one. 3 of 10 is what the Huskies are shooting from the field. They have a slight 7-6 lead in rebounding.
And checking in for the Lady Demons, number 0, Nautica Grant, and number 40.
Nautica Grant comes in now. She did not play the last 2 games for Northwestern State because of a hip injury. And also in Tia Youngblood, a 5'10 senior from DeRidder, Louisiana. This is Grant with the ball, picked up by Britta Daub in the game for the Huskies. Entry pass goes in, and a turnaround shot stolen. Well, before she got it up, it was stolen away by the Huskies. Here's Calver, and she has the ball stolen away. Tried to dribble one last time, and coming in, here's a layup shot. It's no good. Britta Daub is charged with a foul, though, as Grant will go to the line.
That's her first personal foul. Team's 4th. At the line for the Lady Demons, number 0, Nautica Grant.
Grant from Dallas played actually for Husky assistant coach Precious Ivy at Tyler Junior College last year, but she is the second leading scorer on the team, and she misses the first free throw. And an 85% free throw shooter on the year. Second one also is no good. Kirienko gets the rebound, and the Huskies want to run. Daub brings it across the timeline, gets it to Sophie Taylor, almost poked away, but Daub picks it up near the timeline, and there's going to be a touch foul called against Freeman. That's the 4th foul called against the Lady Demons, so the Huskies will be shooting free throws the rest of this period. Daub, high post to Taylor. She drives in. Jump shot is no good. And the ball on the floor and picked up by Jasmine Johnson for the Lady Demons. She finally gets it to Freeman, who's guarded by Daub near the timeline. Gets it over here to Gilliam, and she'll try a long 3, and it's good. First three-pointer of the game, and it gives Northwestern State its first lead at 9-7. 2:45 left in the first period. Here's Amanda Johnson. She'll drive into the lane, put up a shot off the glass and in. Amanda's got 4. And we're tied at 9, 2:35 left in the period. Freeman across the timeline, picked up by Taylor. Looks like she almost traveled there. This is Youngblood. Tia has the ball. Over to Gillum, back out front to Freeman. Now Gillum, ball fake, drives in, and she is fouled. She drove around Veronica Kirienko.
Fouls on the Huskies, number 14, Amanda
Actually, that call was against Amanda Johnson, and it's the 4th team foul against the Huskies. I say 5, but I think it's just 4. Well, I see 5 on the other sheet. Gillum hits the front of the rim, and it finally falls in. Shannon Jones is in, and Kennedy Collins returns. Shannon, a 5'9" sophomore from Crosby, 4 points, 3 rebounds are her averages. Nika sits down. Both free throws are good by Gillum. These are the first 2 by the Lady Demons, and they take an 11-9 lead with 2:10 left in the first period. Dobb to Calver at the high post. Shannon Jones on the wing. Gets it back out front to Dobb. Swings it around to Amanda Johnson. Kennedy Collins has it at the high post. Now swings it around to Calver. She'll drive in. Shot is no good, and the rebound fought for. Youngblood comes down with it for Northwestern State. Freeman almost has it stolen away by Shannon Jones to Youngblood. Back over to Jasmine Johnson, and this ball is out of bounds, tipped out of bounds by the Huskies. Minute 41 to go in the first period, as Freeman finally gets it in. It's stolen, well, almost stolen away. Hit Calver in the head, and we're going to have the ball actually falls out of bounds as Freeman was trying to maintain possession, and she was the last one to touch it. Amanda Johnson into Britta Dobb. Way pass on the other side. Shannon Jones with the 3. Good. Shannon's not known for doing that. The Huskies regain the lead at 12-11, a minute 20 to go. Freeman has the ball stolen away by Shannon Jones. Shannon up with a layup, no good. And long rebound came out as Calver and Jones were tipping it, and it went out to the Lady Demons. About a minute to go in the period here as Grant gets it over to Freeman. This is Johnson on the wing. Back to Gillum. She thinks about a 3, but gets it over to Grant. 8 on the shot clock, and driving in Freeman has the ball. It's blocked by Calver. Jones picks it up. Shannon hands off to Dobb to run the offense now. 38 seconds to go, about 15 seconds difference on the shot clock and the game clock. As Amanda Johnson has the ball, here's Shannon on the wing. Looks up, now skips it over to Dobb. Entry pass goes into Kennedy Collins, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Kennedy. Youngblood with position. Collins. And now Natalia Guarda is going to come in and take Kennedy's place. That is Collins' second foul. That was the extra one I couldn't find. So 24.15 left in the first period. The Huskies have led most of the period, but the Lady Demons have a chance to take it over here in the last 20 seconds. Freeman, and we have problem with the clock as Kristen McKinnon, she was looking for a shot clock, and it was under 30 seconds. It was going to be off. So they get it back in. 14 on the shot clock, 14 on the game clock, the only clock that matters here. Shannon almost fouls. Well, does foul. Almost poked it away, and Barbie Jarman says, we're going to call this one tight. And Jones with her first foul, and that is the 7th team foul against the Huskies, over the limit. And Freeman will shoot a pair. She has missed 2 today with 8.57, according to that fancy scoreboard. And she makes the first one to tie it at 12, our third tie of the game. And she misses the second. Calver with the ball and almost has it stolen away, and we're going to have a 12-12 tie. Here's Dobb, actually gets up a shot, hits the rim. Didn't think she was going to get it off, but we have played a period, and turns into a 30-minute game now with the teams tied at 12 after one period. This is Husky basketball powered by Legacy Sports.
We all have special moments in life. Moments that we will remember forever. Best friends become family. At River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, we love family. You are a part of the River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram family. Live your best moments of life in a Jeep from River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
So, how can I help you?
Have you ever walked into the paint store feeling like you should really know more than you know? Satin versus semi-gloss and I don't know.
Yes, I know the feeling.
That's how I feel right now about all of the financing options for this project I'm doing. I feel like I should know more than I know.
Don't sweat it. We have this new tool, My Credit Options Guide, that gives you a customized comparison like this, which helps you discover which credit options might be right for you.
Oh, this is better. They should make one for paint.
Want to get started?
Sure.
Skilled labor isn't cheap, and cheap labor isn't all that skilled.
The time is now to hire IBW electricians.
One period in the books. It's a 12-12 tie here at Sharp Gym. Bill Cousins with you on the campus of HBU. Huskies shooting 33%. The Demons shooting 40%, 4 of 10. Both teams with just one three-pointer, but Huskies only 1 of 2 from the line. Both free throws shot by Sophie Taylor, while the Demons are 3 of 8. Huskies with a 11-9 lead in rebounding, and both teams with 4 turnovers. Daub, Jones, Amanda Johnson, Calver, and Guarda, the 5 out for the Huskies to start second period. And there's one held ball in the period, so the Huskies will have it. They won the opening tip. And it alternates back to the Huskies as Britta Daub drives down to the baseline. Tries to throw it back to Guarda coming across, but it's stolen by the Lady Demons. Lacey Savage in the game, freshman from Clear Creek High School here in Houston. There's Freeman, guarded by Jones, and finally gets it back to Gillum. 11 seconds on the play clock now as Freeman drives past Jones, and her shot was blocked by Guarda. And Natalia brings it back out. 12-12 our score. Here is layup shot no good by Daub, saved by Jones, and back to the Huskies. Here's Daub. Entry pass goes to Calver. She drives into the lane. Turnaround shot is good. Lauren's first points of the game. 14-12 Huskies with 8:54. Here's a steal by Jones. She has it knocked out of her hands, but comes back up, puts it in. Shannon's got 5, and the Huskies up by 4 now, 16-12 with 8:40 to go. Guarded by Jones. Freeman gets across the timeline. Well, Grant with an illegal pick. They don't call it. She was running into one of the Huskies out front. HBU knocked the ball out of bounds into the Husky bench. So 17 on the shot clock. Shannon Jones to tie her shoe. Here's Scott inbounding the ball to Freeman. Gillum looking for somebody. Gets it back out to Scott. Swings it around. Here's a shot blocked inside by the Huskies. Lacey Savage had her shot blocked as Jones gets it across the timeline. Gets it to Daub. She'll drive in, put up a layup shot. Hits the bottom of the basket. And coming back the other way, Savage gives it to Grant. On the break, here's a jump shot put up, no good by Freeman. Huskies with the rebound, trying to run, but Lady Demons get back as Daub says, let's hold it down a little bit, and Britta drives, or just dribbles over to the far wing. Here's Shannon Jones driving in. Layup shot is good. Shannon with 7. And the Huskies have opened up an 18-12 lead, 7:35 left. Jocelyn Scott up front to Freeman. Grant Scott into the far wing. She drives in, puts up a layup, and she was fouled, I think, by Jones. Yep. That is the second on Shannon, first foul against the Huskies in the period. But it'll be a two-shot situation for Grant, who missed a pair earlier. Mentioned Grant had missed the last two Lady Demon games with a hip flexor problem. Get some good arch on that one. Sydney Carr comes in, and Megan Valdez as Daub and Jones sit down. Both free throws are good by Grant. Her first 2 points of the game. It's 18-14. The Huskies lead by 4 with 7:15 to go in the first half. Sydney Carr to Valdez inside. Now here's, looks like there was a lot of contact underneath. Carr with a good rebound as Calver puts up a shot. It does not draw iron, and the Demons come out with it. Here's a ball stolen away. Give Calver that steal. It's picked up by Johnson. And Amanda comes up into the free throw line. She drives in, and she was fouled, and there's no shot. There's no foul. Nothing called. Amanda went up on her arm. Somebody was, and no call. Huskies maintain possession with 6:44 to go. And now they have had a problem here on the shot clock, and they're going to have to go back and knock it down a little bit because the ball did not hit the rim. And to see what the correct time should be, and they take 6 seconds off, 24 on the clock. Here's Johnson, entry pass, turnaround shot from the lane is good. Amanda's got 6. And the Huskies back to a 6-point lead, 20-14, 6:35 left in first half. Grant gets it over to Savage, and she throws it out of bounds. Trying to hit Jasmine Johnson going up to the wing, but the turnover gives the ball back to the Huskies. Leah Barnes is in now, and Libba Gillum sits down. Here's Sydney Carr on the wing. Swings her around to Amanda Johnson. She'll drive baseline. Jump shot is no good. And that is Grant with the rebound, and now a foul in the backcourt. And it's going to be on Sydney Carr. That's her second, and the second team foul against the Huskies in the period. No shots coming yet. As Bria Johnson comes in, Bria, the 5'6" sophomore from Sunnyvale up in the Dallas area. Has some of that kinesiology tape on her right shoulder. But she's playing. Here's a drive by Johnson. A long shot is no good, but a long rebound comes down to Barnes, and a fresh 30 for the Lady Demons. Johnson dribbling out front, guarded by Valdez. She almost loses it, but is able to pick it up. Drives in, shot off the glass, no good. And Calver with a good rebound. Gives it to Bria, who comes back the other way. Here is ball fake and a drive by Johnson, and we're going to have an offensive foul on Calver. As she drove that baseline, and that'll be Lauren's first foul and the third against the Huskies. Still 20-14, the Huskies up with 5:25 left in the second period. Grant throws it out of bounds again. Jasmine Johnson thought she was knocked down. Kirienko comes back in, Guarda sits. That we've told you has the problem with Achilles problem, playing with a lot of pain. And when she is The rest of the week, she's in a boot, trying to get that to heal, but it probably won't the rest of this season. Kirienko has it on the high post. She drives, puts a shot off the glass. It's no good, and the rebound comes down to Northwestern State, but the ball tipped, and Calver picks it up. Here is Valdez with a layup, and she's fouled. First points for Megan. And that foul was on Jocelyn Scott, her first, and the first team foul in the period. But we're going to have a media timeout before the free throw from Calver. 4:58 left. The Huskies by 8, 22-14. This is Husky basketball powered by Legacy Sports.
That moment you realized he really does love you. That moment your boss thanked you for crushing it like a boss in the sales meeting. That moment you decided to treat you. Whatever that moment is, Tiff's Treats warm cookies, baked from scratch and delivered warm, are the perfect companion. Tiff's Treats. Order now at cookiedelivery.com.
We see your compassion and your tireless dedication. We see your selflessness, and we applaud you for it. We want you to have the freedom to be uniquely, passionately, and gloriously you. At Houston Baptist University, we're creating online programs that give moms, service members, retirees, and everyone in between the freedom to be who they are and to never stop learning. Learn more at hbuonline.com.
4:58 left in the first half, and the Huskies have gone out to their largest lead, 8 points. And it's 22-14, and Megan Calver will be at the line to try to – Megan Valdez will be at the line to try to push it up. Huskies have outscored the Lady Demons 10-2 here in the second period. They're shooting 46% in the period, now 39% for the game, while the Demons have not scored from the field in this period. They're 0 for 5 in field goals. Their only points coming on a pair of free throws by Nautica Grant. So Calver, excuse me, this is Valdez is at the line to shoot one, trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Making a 68% free throw shooter on this season, and it'll improve with that one. Valdez now with 9 points, or 3 points, excuse me. The Huskies lead by 9, 23-14. As Grant dribbling out front, ball almost stolen by Amanda Johnson. Now here is a nope, it's going to call on Valdez, a blocking foul, and that is her second. And the fourth against the Huskies in the period, and it'll send Jocelyn Scott to the line for a pair. Northwestern State, 5 of 10 so far from the line. These are the first coming from Scott in this game. She's a 76% free throw shooter, but she misses the first. Second coming, and it is also no good. The rebound fought for, and Valdez comes with it, and a foul's going to be called on, I think that, yeah, that's Leah Barnes. That's her second, and also the second. Gillum back in, and Youngblood back in. Barnes sits down. I didn't see who the other one was. I think it's Savage that sat down. So Valdez is met by defense at the timeline. Here's Bria Johnson. Her layup shot, a little bit short. Contested. And Nautica Grant gets it back into the other way to Gillum. This is Scott. She drives to the top of the key. Picked up by Johnson. Entry pass tipped away. Try to get it to Gillum, and Kirienko in the game, tipped it out. 12 on the shot clock now, but it's still the Lady Demons ball. They'll inbound underneath their basket. Grant looking for somebody to throw to. Finally gets it into Gillum, who drives, gets it back out to Grant, who'll start the offense, which is 6 now on the shot clock. Now a 3 put up by Grant is good. Grant has 5. Second three-pointer of the game for the Lady Demons. It's 23-17 HBU with 3:50 to go. Valdez has the ball on the wing. Here's Calver, gets it back out to Bria Johnson. Now inside Kirienko. She turns around, shot off the glass and in. Nika's got 4 now. It's 25-17. 3:33 left. As Grant picked up by Bria Johnson and starts the offense again. Jasmine Johnson to Gillum. Here's Grant trying another 3. It's no good. And Valdez with another rebound. Outlet pass goes to Kirienko. She gets it back out to Amanda Johnson. Her layup shot is no good, and she was knocked down again. And another foul not called. Sophie Taylor comes in. Bria Johnson gets a rest. And Freeman in and Grant out. Huskies inbound the ball. Sophie gets it out front to Kirienko. Underneath to Taylor. Reverse layup is no good. And the ball's tipped out of bounds. It looked like it was off Gillum, but it's going to be to the Lady Demons. 3:01 left in the half. 25-17. Huskies by 8 as Freeman across the timeline for Northwestern State. Here's Youngblood at the top of the key. And now you have something called underneath, 3-second violation by the Demons. And another turnover against Northwestern State. That is 10. So Valdez with the ball. San Antonio freshman across the timeline. Looks for who to throw it to. Now gets it over on the wing, almost to Kirienko, and it's off Nika. And Nika says, I didn't touch it. Gillum knocked it out of bounds, but the ball's going to be given to Northwestern State. Well, I think Johnson looks around at somebody in the band. 2:25 to go. The Huskies by 8, and we have a hand check foul called against Sophie Taylor, and that is her first. But it's the 5th against the Huskies in the period, and that means a 2-shot situation the rest of the way for Northwestern State in this period. Freeman is 1 for 4 at the line today. And she makes the first. Britta Dobb comes back in. Megan Valdez sits down. Well, she doesn't sit down yet. She gets some instructions from Donna Finney. Second free throw, no good. And Kirienko gets the rebound for HBU. Dobb to Johnson as the Huskies try to push it. Northwestern State gets back in good shape. Here's Johnson. Swings it around to Britta Dobb. She drives in. Her reverse layup goes over the basket. Got to use the glass. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Gillum trying a 3. It's good. That's her second. She is leading scorer in the game with 8, and it's back to a 4-point HBU advantage, 25-21 with 1:49 left. Dobb gets it over to Sophie Taylor at the high post. The ball is knocked around, out of bounds. It'll be, let's see. Looked like it was off HBU that time, but they're going to give it to the Huskies. Dobb will inbound. There's 16 on the shot clock. To Taylor, back to Dobb. She'll drive to the top of the key. Swing it over to Johnson. She'll try the 3. Off the rim, no good. And Freeman with the rebound. She wants to run. Weaving back in. Now she tries to pass it over, and it's tipped away. Daub had it tipped away. Here's Gillum with another three-pointer, but it doesn't draw iron, and it comes down off the floor to Kirienko. Minute 17 to go. Huskies by 4, but as much as 9 in this first half. Here is Calver. She flights in. Layup shot is good, and she's fouled. Foul is on Libba Gillum. Her first, third team foul, but it'll be a free throw coming up for Lauren Calver. Lacey Savage back in, and that is going to be Tia Youngblood sitting down. Calver's first free throw of the game, only a 55% free throw shooter. And misses it. Gillum gets the rebound, gets it off to Freeman falling down, but Lady Demons maintain possession. The Huskies by 6, less than a minute to go. Here's Freeman, gets it over to Savage. She'll drive into the lane. Her shot falls out of bounds. It's tipped out by the Huskies. So 11 on the shot clock, 48, a tick over 48 on the game clock. Northwestern State inbounds underneath their basket. Here's Gillum. Her shot is up and in. She's got 10. Gillum was the third leading scorer on this team coming in, averaging 10.2 a game, but she hadn't been playing. Here is Sophie Taylor. She's bumped and she put up a shot with a rebound fought for underneath, and it is going to be a foul against the Huskies.
Fouls on the Huskies, number 45,
Veronica Kirienko charged with her first foul. It'll be free throws for Northwestern State. Gillum, the junior from Huntsville, Alabama, has not missed a free throw this year. 37 of 37. And I can see why. Actually, she's 40 of 40 now. That's her third, fourth. 41 of 41. It's a 2-point game. Shot clock is off. And the Huskies almost lose it, and we have a held ball situation, and it'll be Northwestern State's ball with 18.75 ticks left in the first half. We were tied at 12. The Huskies led by as much as 9 in this period, but Northwestern State has a chance to tie it up or take the lead with a 3 here in the final 15 seconds now. Freeman guarded by Taylor. They're waiting for that shot to go down. 8 seconds to go. Now here's Freeman. Gets it back out to Gillum. She'll try the 3. It's no good. Savage gets the rebound, and the shot, follow shot by Freeman, is no good, and that is it at the break. Huskies up 27-25 at halftime, and we'll tell you a little bit more about it coming back. Halfway through this one, the Huskies with a 2-point lead over Northwestern State.
Excuse me, is that your Diet Pepsi?
Sophia Vergara. Yeah, this is my Diet Pepsi. I love Diet Pepsi.
Do you love every sip?
Nothing is better than drinking a refreshing Diet Pepsi and just reveling in its crisp, delicious taste.
Well, you know what they say. If you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be.
So I should set this Diet Pepsi free and wait for it to come back. Then it'll be more delicious than ever. Would you hold my Diet Pepsi for me?
I'd love to.
Thank you. What happens now?
Go, get out of here. It can't come back to you if you're standing next to it.
Thanks, Sophia. I'll wait for you, Diet Pepsi.
The only thing better than an ice-cold Diet Pepsi is a free ice-cold Diet Pepsi.
Love every sip at DietPepsi.com.
Building Houston to compete on the world stage is what we do at the IBEW. It's important to us that Houston knows why we do what we do, not just what we do. Sure, We're the best electricians. We train 10,000 hours to be the best. But we get up early so Houston is built to compete. To be the best, hire the best. Skilled labor isn't cheap, and cheap labor just isn't all that skilled.
The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
Let Houston Federal Credit Union be there for all the stages of your life. Take advantage of our products and services to help you with all your financial milestones, such as purchasing a car, buying a home, and planning for retirement. We're the credit union that will always have your back and helps you save money along the way. Houston Federal Credit Union is the official credit union of HBU. Experience the credit union difference today. Stop by any of our convenient locations or visit our website, houstonfcu.org.
If Raising Cane's one love was rock music, they would rock harder than any rock band ever. Their tours would sell out before they were announced. Their backstage parties would be the stuff of legend, attended by unicorns and the head of Louis XIV. Hotel rooms would trash themselves out of respect. But Raising Cane's one love isn't rock music. It's making the perfect chicken finger meal every single time. Raising Cane's one love.
At the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, we're dedicated to the dedicated, who lace up before sunrise, who don't let a hard hit keep them down, who want the ball when the game's on the line. So team up with the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute at Texas Medical Center, Memorial City, or the Woodlands, where our affiliated surgeons, specialists, and physical therapists offer all athletes the elite care they need to forge ahead.
This is the HBU Huskies Sports Network, powered by Legacy Sports.
Back at Sharp Gym, the Huskies with a slim 27-25 halftime advantage. Let's take a look at the stats of this one. Huskies shot well early in the second period, ended up shooting just 37% in that period. So they're at 35% for the game. They've made only 1 of 5 three-point shots and just 2 of 4 shots from the line. Do have Northwestern State has come back. The Huskies led in rebounds through most of the half, and now it's even at 22. But two big differences for the Huskies in the game. They have outscored the Demons 22-4 points in the paint and 12-3 in points off of turnovers, but Northwestern State, trying to get some of their regular players back in, like Grant and Gillum, they have a 17-12 advantage in bench points. Leading scorer for the Huskies is Shannon Jones off the bench with 7 points. Amanda Johnson has 6, 4 from Veronica Kirienko and Lauren Calver, 3 from Megan Valdez, 2 from Kennedy Collins, and 1 from Sophie Taylor. For their total of 27, the Huskies just have 7 turnovers, knock on wood, here in the first half. Northwestern State ended up shooting about 30%, 7 of 23 from the field. They did make 3 3-pointers, but they're only 50% also from the line, but they have outscored the Huskies 8-2 from the line. They'd be way ahead if they could make more than 50% of their free throws, just 8 of 16 in the first half. Leading scorer off the bench, Libba Gillum, has 12 points, and she's the only player on either team in double figures right now. But only 3 other Lady Demons have scored. Nautica Grant off the bench has 5, and 4 each from Jada Freeman and Leah Barnes. Nobody really in foul trouble. The Huskies were charged with 13 personals in the period. 2 each from Collins, Valdez, Carr, Jones, and just 7 total fouls by Northwestern State in the first half, but 2 from Barnes and 2 charged to Miller. 27-25 our score at the break. We'll take a look at other scores across the Southland Conference. Coming up, this is Husky basketball, powered by Legacy Sports.
Are you a graduate of Houston Baptist University? Did you know the value of your degree increases when you actively participate in the HBU Alumni Association? Your Alumni Association actively supports the growth, retention, and ranking of our school by our scholarship efforts. Husky Alumni Network volunteers actively work to recruit the best and brightest to HBU, and we promote and support programs intended to build a growing network of people committed to quality, higher Christian education through our alumni scholarship efforts. We also work to strengthen the bond between our university and the community, and we're your connection to over 18,000 fellow alumni, mostly in and around the Houston metro area. Log on to learn more about our mission and your privileges and benefits at hbu.edu/alumni. And find us via social media on Facebook at the Houston Baptist University Alumni Association page and on Twitter and Instagram at HBU_alumni. But no matter how you do it, connect with the HBU Alumni Association, because a strong alumni base equals a strong HBU.
Coming to you in Living Cola.
The joy of cola. Pepsi Cola. Pepsi Cola. Jumping, just enjoy the ride. Take your time. Joy of bubbles, joy of fun, joy of Pepsi on your tongue. Greatest taste sensation under the sun.
Refreshing Pepsi Cola from the wonderful folks who put the R in cola.
I'm here with the Kolache Factory Master Baker. And while many around here enjoy these old world treats for breakfast or lunch on the go, others still don't know what a kolache is. So we thought we'd get answers straight from the horse's mouth.
There are no horses here.
That's just an expression.
My expression remind you of horse?
It's a pleasure to see that you bring such authentic Eastern European tradition and craftsmanship to your baking.
We make dough from scratch daily and use only finest meats, cheeses, and fruits.
I see that, but what is a kolache?
One word.
Yes?
Delicious.
And?
Nutritious.
I was hoping for something more descriptive.
It's fresh.
Yes, but wouldn't you describe it as a lightly sweet roll baked with different ingredients inside? Like the popular sausage and cheese kolache.
Taste.
Oh,
see?
Oh, it's delicious. Folks, you have to experience a kolache for yourself. Just visit the Kolache Factory.
Delicious. A history of good taste.
Could I try another one?
Of course, of course. Come with me. I give you a very special kolache treat. Come here.
Thanks.
You're very skinny.
I know.
Well, we got some good news coming out of Natchitoches tonight. The Husky men taking on the Northwestern State men. And with about 5 minutes to go in the game, HBU with a 68-62 lead over Northwestern State. The Huskies came into that game just 1-11 in Southland play. Northwestern State, though, was zipping 13. So hopefully the Huskies will hang on and get their second Southland Conference win. Let's take a quick look at what's happening in Southland Conference women's play tonight. After 3 periods over in Lake Charles, Central Arkansas leading McNeese 41-35. Up in Huntsville, Nichols with a 9-point lead over Sam Houston State, 46-37. That's with just about 3.5 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Down in New Orleans with a 4-point lead over Southeastern Louisiana, 36-34, with about 2.5 minutes to go in the half. And Texas A&M Corpus Christi with a 27-22 lead at Stephen F. Austin State with about 30 seconds to go in the 2nd period. One final, Lamar took care of business. The league leaders beat Incarnate Word 71-47 over in San Antonio. No update yet. I've got the live stats up for the men's game at Northwestern State. Still 68-62 with 4:45 to go. Other men's game tonight, Lamar with a lead over Incarnate Word at the break over in Beaumont, 40-29. Also at the half, Southeastern Louisiana leading New Orleans 40-17 at the break. With about a minute to go in the half, Stephen F. Austin leading Texas A&M Corpus Christi 40-29 now, updated right to halftime. And just starting the second half, McNeese State leading Central Arc 45-28. And later tonight, Sam Houston playing at Nichols. That's scheduled for an 8:15 start. I'm not sure why they're starting so late, but that's the word. Second half coming up. This is Husky basketball powered by the Legacy Sports.
Are you looking for a totally free checking account? Houston Federal Credit Union has it, and it's packed with free services like mobile banking with person-to-person transfers and mobile bill pay. And Houston Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of HBU athletics. So stop by their office at 6808 Bentliff Drive and experience a better way of banking. Visit HoustonFCU.org for more information. Houston Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of HBU.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA.
You're listening to Love Advice with Leanne. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Leanne. Longtime listener, first-time caller. Why, in your professional opinion, do you never take my calls off the air?
Is this Carl?
Yep, it's Carl. I mean, we had a few dates. Everything was great. I thought,
Well, you know, when you switch to Geico, you could save a lot of money on car insurance.
Okay, awesome.
You should call them.
I will.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
We're passionate, delivering expert neurological care for adults and children. We're dedicated, responding to neurotrauma and stroke with Lifelight in our Level 1 Trauma Center. We're persistent, restoring lives at our Tier Rehabilitation and Research Hospital. We are Memorial Hermann. And we're making neuroscience breakthroughs every day.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers in Houston believe keeping America's families strong is vital. We believe Houston competes in a global economy, so we must construct buildings to last. We believe training for 10,000 hours counts for something. Most important, we believe in each other. We don't know what the competition believes, and most times, neither do you. To be the best, hire the best.
The time is now to hire IBW electricians.
The countdown to Katy has begun. The Southland Conference Basketball Tournament, March 7th through 11th at the Merrill Center in Katy, Texas. Experience it live as Southland teams compete for a tournament title and a chance to go to the dance. It's affordable family fun and great college hoops action. Tickets for the Southland Conference Basketball Tournament are on sale through school ticket offices and Ticketmaster.com.
Both teams warming up here for the start of the second half. Tell you, we got a lot of stuff going on at HBU this weekend, and let's tell you what's happening. Baseball opening its season with a 4-game series against Western Michigan at Husky Baseball Field this weekend. Then Husky softball playing Loyola and Texas Southern. The Loyola games at 3 o'clock on Friday and 9 a.m. on Saturday. And then a game against Texas Southern at 1 o'clock. Texas Southern and Loyola playing a couple of games also. Women's basketball this weekend here at home. Both basketballs at home playing Sam Houston State. The women at 2 o'clock, the men at 7 here at Sharp Gym. And next weekend, next week, the Husky Golf, the men opening their spring season against, in the Atchafalaya tournament down in Patterson, Louisiana, outside of Lafayette. And next week, Southland Conference Indoor Track Championships in Birmingham. Huskies will have the ball to start the second half. Sidney Carr, Megan Valdez, Kennedy Collins, Amanda Johnson, Lauren Calver out for HBU. And looks like the same starting 5 for Northwestern State. That's Freeman, Miller, Johnson, Barnes, and Scott. And once again, are we ready? Yep. Carr inbounds to Valdez. Gets it to Kennedy at the high post. Skip pass over here from Johnson to Calver. She almost loses it. Double team in front. Here's a shot put up by Amanda Johnson. Tipped around, and it's out of bounds off the Huskies. I need to reset the shot clock here. Telling them to. There we go. Barnes finally inbounds it to Freeman. She'll bring it across the timeline. The Huskies by 2. We've played about 30 seconds in the second half. Freeman drives past Carr. Layup shot's good. Freeman's got 6, and we're tied at 27. The Huskies led the entirety of the second period. Kennedy Collins is doubled in the corner. She got it to Valdez and tipped off of Valdez's leg, and the turnover gives the ball back to Northwestern State. They have a chance to take the lead with 9:10 to go in the third. Freeman drives in. Now has to back it out. Here's Scott driving in. Layup shot will not fall, but the rebound comes back down to Northwestern State, and Scott brings it back out. Freeman guarded by Carr. Dribbles to the top of the key. Carr goes underneath. There's a ball tipped around and out of bounds by Amanda Johnson. Shannon Jones is going to come in, and Sydney Carr is going to sit down for the Huskies. 8:40 to go in the third period, just 11 on the shot clock now as Amanda Johnson had disrupted their offense, tipping that ball out of bounds. Entry pass comes in to Miller. Now the ball is tipped around again. This is knocked out of bounds by Kennedy Collins as they're trying to hit Leah Barnes underneath. So 6 on the shot clock now. And Johnson to inbound, gets it in the corner, and also this one's knocked out of bounds by Amanda Johnson. So another second ticks off the shot clock, just 5 for Northwestern State. Johnson once again to inbound. Entry pass stolen by Kennedy Collins. Gets it to Megan Valdez, and Megan across, gets it to Amanda Johnson, and she, oh, no, they can't call that an offensive foul. How can they call that an offensive foul? That's on Amanda Johnson. What a brutal call. Her second, first against the Huskies in the period. Boy, she was bulldozed, and they called the foul on her. Back the other way. Layup shot, no good. Calvert gets a tough rebound and threw it out of bounds. Tried to get it to Amanda, and Amanda had pretty much turned away. And she couldn't recover to get the ball. Another turnover. The Huskies have not scored here in this period, the first 2 minutes of the third period, but Northwestern State has only had 2. And now we have a timeout called by Northwestern State. Jordan Dupuis says, okay, we're going to talk about it. The clock is still running. Somebody needs to stop the clock. And here we go. Timeout with a clock still running. They haven't turned it off yet. Huskies and the Demons tied. Pardon for the problem here. The 7:59 to go, and they were running the timeout clock. They've never done that here. That's that stupid thing that Spectrum does on their scoreboards. And now we're going to get a confirmation that's 7:59. But they've never done that here. I don't know why they did it that time. Well, she's terrible. Okay, here we go. The ball is tipped out of bounds here on the other side by the Huskies. I don't know why they thought that that was a proper thing to do, because it's never been done here before. Here's Freeman driving in. She's guarded by Kennedy Collins. Shot is no good, and Calver gets the rebound for the Huskies. 27-27. Well, the Huskies haven't scored in the first 2:15 of the period. Valdez drives in. She is fouled. I was trying to call that an offensive foul. Freeman charged with her second foul, the first team foul, and Valdez will be at the line. Megan made her only free throw attempt in the first half. She's got 3 points, had a 3-point play, and this one rattles and falls in. Nautica Grant comes in, and Jada Freeman sits down. Free throw is no good, and the rebound comes down to the Lady Demons. Miller tries to get it, now finally does get it to Grant. She's guarded by Calver. And Grant up front to Miller. Here's over the top of the key. Jasmine Johnson, entry pass goes in. And good defense there by Shannon Jones for a moment. And then they turn around, gets a shot off, and Shannon gets the rebound. Here's Shannon gets it high post to Kennedy Collins. Her shot is blocked, no good. Picked up down there by Barnes and coming back the other way. The Huskies with a 28-27 lead. Entry pass. That was into Miller. Her turnaround shot is no good, but the foul's going to be called on Collins. That is number 3 on Kennedy, and the second against the Huskies in the period. And Miller, who has not scored in this game, only 4 Lady Demons have scored. Miller, a 56% free throw shooter, and makes the first one. So we are tied once again at 28. Britta Dobb comes in. Kennedy Collins sits down. So the Huskies with a small lineup now with Valdez, Dobb, Jones, Johnson, Amanda Johnson, and Lauren Calver. Now, looks like somebody was in the lane, but they didn't call it. Free throw was good, and it's a lead change, 29-28. As Jones gets it over to Dobb, back to Jones across the timeline. She gives it to Amanda Johnson. Her layup shot is good. Amanda with a tough layup, and the Huskies regain the lead at 30-29. Quickly back the other way, a 3 put up. Oh, that was terrible. And a layup shot, no good, and Calver fights for the rebound and wins the battle with Jocelyn Scott. The Huskies by 1 with 6:15 to go. Here's Valdez. Gets it over to Amanda Johnson. She'll drive down the lane. Puts up a shot off the glass, is no good, and the rebound comes down to Barnes for Northwestern State. Now Johnson gets it to Nautica Grant, hounded by Dobb. They switch now, and Jones picks her up. Back the other side, Barnes to Scott. Her layup shot is good. Scott scores her first basket. 5th lead change, 31-30, Northwestern State, 5:35 to go. As Britta Dobb dribbles to the wing. Calver has it, back to Dobb. Entry pass goes into Johnson. Give and go. And now an offensive foul called against Calver. And Lauren can't believe it. Second foul on Lauren, 3rd team foul in the period. And And Donna Finney, talking to Kristen McKinnon, can't believe what she's seeing out there. That's at least 3 fouls that look to be really hard fouls against Northwestern State. Called offensive fouls against the Huskies. Lacey Savage back in. And that was Freeman that sat down. And Savage will inbound the ball to Grant to get it over to Scott. Huskies 3-quarter pressure. Northwestern State with no problem getting it over the timeline. 5:15 to go. Grant trying to get some room there. Now dribbles out front, guarded by Shannon Jones. Here's a drive up and in. That is by Scott, and she's got 4 points now. Northwestern State with a 33-30 lead. Their largest lead of the game. Shannon Jones drives in. An offensive foul called against Jones. That may be a correct call there, as it looked like Barnes had pretty good position there. So Shannon charged with her 3rd foul, the 4th team foul, and it brings us to the under 5 timeout in the 3rd period. 4:50 left, 33-30, Northwestern State. This is Husky basketball, powered by the Legacy Sports Network.
We all have special moments in life. Moments that we will remember forever. Best friends become family. At River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, we love family. You are a part of the River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram family. Live your best moments of life in a Jeep from River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
So, how can I help you?
Have you ever walked into the paint store feeling like you should really know more than you know? Satin versus semi-gloss and I don't know.
Yes, I know the feeling.
That's how I feel right now about all of the financing options for this project I'm doing. I feel like I should know more than I know.
Don't sweat it. We have this new tool, My Credit Options Guide, that gives you a customized comparison like this, which helps you discover which credit options might be right for you.
Oh, this is better. They should make one for paint.
Want to get started?
Life differently.
Huskies have been outscored 8-3 here in the 3rd period, and Northwestern State has its largest lead at 33-30, and they have a chance to add to that. They'll have the ball when we resume play. The Huskies have just made 1 of 4 field goal attempts here in the period, and 1 of 2 from the line. Northwestern State only 3 of 10 from the field in the period. They missed a 3-pointer and just 2 of 2 from the free throw line. They're now 10 of 18. Back the other way, the Huskies trying to do some pressure, and they're going to get the ball on the turnover. Back the other way. The Huskies drive in. Here is Dobb, gets it over to Shannon Jones. She gets back out to Dobbs, reset it. Jones, Calver in the corner. And back out front to Valdez. Valdez drives in, and she is hammered once again as she drives in. Can't get the shot off, but she was fouled big time. Scott charged with her 2nd foul, the 2nd against the Demons in the period, and Valdez will be at the line. Megan 2 of 3 from the line tonight with 4 points. As it gets quiet. Bouncing around, boy, used the whole rim, but it finally falls in. She's got 5. Next free throw. That looked a lot better. So Valdez with 4 of 5 from the line. The Huskies back within a point, 33-32. Scott finally gets it across the timeline. Here's a 3 put up by Grant. No good. So the Huskies cannot get a rebound right now, and now we have a held ball on the rebound. Well, I thought Barnes came out with it. 4:07 left in the 3rd. Northwestern State 33-32 the lead. Here's the entry pass, goes to Scott. She gives it back out front to Grant, and she'll restart the offense. Here is a drive. Grant pulls up, shoots, no good. But an offensive rebound. Savage gets the rebound for Northwestern State. A three put up by Scott, and another offensive rebound. Huskies have got to start rebounding a little bit better. They're trailing in that department right now, 32-26. They had a lead through most of the second period in that category. Gillum underneath, nice pass, and a layup is good by Barnes. She's got 6, back to a three-point Northwestern State advantage, 35-32. That was a long possession. The ball almost stolen away. Here is Shannon Jones with a layup shot. Boy, chicken salad out of chicken feathers there, and Shannon now has 9. Foul was on Savage, her first, third team foul. Now, Shannon Jones at the line with a chance to tie the game. She is just a 57% free throw shooter. Her first free throw of the night. And makes it. So she's in double figures with 10, the Huskies' leading scorer. This is the third time this year that she's been in double figures. There's a pass stolen away. Gillum couldn't get away from the pressure and let Britta Daub. Now here's the three put up by Jones. It is no good. Rebound fought for, and Gillum saved it to Northwestern State. Scott across the timeline. Back to Gillum. We're tied at 35, and now we've got a foul on the Huskies. Megan Valdez charged with her third. That is the 5th against the Huskies, so Gillum will be at the line where she is perfect for the year. Well, that's one person you really just don't want to foul. Another Manette. Her first point of the period. Back to a 1-point lead for the Lady Demons. She has missed in her career and misses here. But the offensive rebound comes down to Barnes, and it's going to be a hell ball situation. Back to HBU. Wow. History made. She's now missed 8 free throws in her Northwestern State career. So it's 36-35 Northwestern State, 2:39 to go. As Carr will inbound to Daub. The Huskies still with that small lineup. As Calver in the corner drives baseline. Shot off the glass and in. Lauren with 6, and the Huskies regain the lead, 37-36, 2:20 to go. As Gillum across the timeline lobs a pass down to Nautica Grant. Back out front to Gillum. Entry pass goes to Barnes. She walks and throws the ball out of bounds. But it's going to be off a Husky. Not sure any Husky touched it. Northwestern State, here's a quick jump shot, no good. Lauren Calver fights for the rebound, gets it to Daub. She's trying to push it. Savage stops her. To Calver, back out to Carr. And Britta Daub running the point now. High post, pass goes to Calver. Foot fake, now drives in. And turnaround jump shot, no good. Rebound fought for. Gillum comes down with it for Northwestern State. Back the other way. Scott up front to Gillum. Entry pass to Barnes. Back to Savage on the far side. She lobs it back out, and it's going to be stolen by the Huskies. Bad pass as Shannon Jones comes in. Her layup shot off the glass is no good. And once again, Huskies cannot convert on the fast break. Northwestern State got the rebound. swing it back around to Grant to start the offense with 1:10 to go in the third period. Grant looks off the high post screen from Scott. Now entry pass stolen by Lauren Calvert. Back the other way. Less than a minute to go is Sydney Carr. Gets it over to Dobb, gets it back to Carr. In the corner to Johnson. Dobb swings out front to Shannon Jones. She drives, turns around, jump shot, won't fall, and rebound goes out of bounds. It'll be the Husky ball with 39.68 to go in the period. Huskies not getting a home field advantage here. Jump shot put up by Johnson, no good. And outlet pass comes from Gillum to Scott. Back to Grant, she'll drive in. Here is Barnes, shot will not fall, but she's going to be going to the line with the foul charge to Britta Dobb, her second. Barnes will be at the line for the first time tonight. She's a 59% free throw shooter. And makes the first one. 7 points, 3 in this period for Barnes, and we're tied once again at 37. This is our 6th tie. Second free throw, nothing but the bottom. The 7th lead change as Barnes makes them both. She's got 8, and it's 38-37, 25 seconds to go in the period. Shannon Jones starts to drive against Savage. Jump shot off the glass, no good. And a rebound. Huskies getting killed on the boards right now. They've got to get some rebounds. Here's Grant back the other way. 10 seconds to go in the third period, and the Huskies down 1. Grant gets it over to Scott. She'll try a 3 at the buzzer. No good. Savage came in and tried to get an offensive shot up. We have played 3 quarters, and it's a 38-37 Northwestern State lead here at Sharp Gym. Northwestern State with a 1-point lead. This is Husky basketball powered by Legacy Sports.
Building Houston to compete.
That moment you realized he really does love you. That moment your boss thanked you for crushing it like a boss in the sales meeting. That moment you decided to treat you. Whatever that moment is, Tiff's Treats warm cookies, baked from scratch and delivered warm, are the perfect companion. Tiff's Treats. Order now at cookiedelivery.com.
We see your compassion and your tireless dedication. We see your selflessness, and we applaud you for it. We want you to have the freedom to be uniquely, passionately, and gloriously you. At Houston Baptist University, we're creating online programs that give moms, service members, retirees, and everyone in between the freedom to be who they are and to never stop learning. Learn more at hbuonline.com.
Apologize for some technical problems once again with our stream. Hopefully we're back on now. Huskies down by 1, 38-37. Heading into the fourth period, Huskies only made 3 of 12 shots from the field in that period. We're outscored 13-10 after having a 2-point lead at the break. And they are getting hammered right now on the boards. 38-30 is your total in rebounds. Northwestern State with 11 offensive rebounds. And the Lady Demons will have the ball starting the fourth period. Johnson gets it into Grant. Gets it over to Gillum on the wing. Out front to Scott. And almost stolen away by Calver. Here's an entry pass going in, and a layup shot is good. And that was by Gillum. It's 40-37 now. Gillum has 15. Shot put up, tipped out of bounds by the Lady Demons. "26 seconds." Well, they're fixing it here. They said 26, and now they. Yep, 28. There's the entry pass, goes to Shannon Jones. She is almost tied up. She is tied up. They'll retain the ball with HBU. Yeah, Shannon just couldn't get away from the pressure there. Daub inbounds the pass to Amanda Johnson. To Daub. Daub will try a three. It's going to be short. Rebound back the other way, and the Huskies with no rebounds in a long time. Johnson hands the ball off to Grant. 40-37 is the Lady Demon lead with under 9 minutes to go in the game. Gillum tries a three. It's no good, and there's a rebound, kind of uncontested by Shannon Jones. The ball almost tipped away, and Britta Daub picks it up as Scott was applying pressure in the backcourt. Sydney Carr, that is Calver on the far corner, back out front to Daub. Swings it around to Shannon Jones. She looks for somebody. There's Calver at the high post. She'll drive in, gets it back out to Carr. She drives to the baseline. Drop shot is no good. Calver gets the rebound and puts it in. Calver with the rebound. She has now got 8 points. She also has 11 rebounds in the game. Here's a steal by Lauren, and here is Jones with a layup, and it's good. Jones with 12, and now the Huskies regain the lead at 41-40 with 8:08 to go. And timeout call by Northwestern State. Take it with them. This is Husky basketball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Are you a graduate?
That moment you realized he really does love you. That moment your boss thanked you for crushing it like a boss in the sales meeting. That moment you decided to treat you. Whatever that moment is, Tiff's Treats warm cookies, baked from scratch and delivered warm, are the perfect companion. Tiff's Treats. Order now at cookiedelivery.com.
We see your compassion and your tireless dedication. We see your selflessness, and we applaud you for it. We want you to have the freedom to be uniquely, passionately, and gloriously you. At Houston Baptist University, we're creating online programs that give moms, service members, retirees, and everyone in between the freedom to be who they are and to never stop learning. Learn more at hbuonline.com.
8:08 to go. Huskies with the lead. As Jordan Dupuis calls his second call timeout. So he'll only have 2 left. And Donna Finney has not taken any. Miller inbounds the ball to Nautica Grant. The Huskies with 3/4 court pressure. They get it across to Gillum. She drives in. Shot no good, and the Huskies get a rebound. Here is Carr coming back the other way. Sid looking for somebody. There, gets it over to Calver in front of the Husky bench. Swings it back around. Carr has it at the top of the key now. Back over to Daub at the wing. Calver in the corner. Shannon Jones at the elbow. She'll drive in, turns around, jump shot off the glass and in. Shannon has 14. That is a season high and also a career high. She had 13 against McNeese last year. Here's Gillum. The Huskies back up by 3, 43-40. As Grant with the ball at the top of the key for Northwestern State. Swings it over to Barnes. Back out front to Scott. Grant tries to throw it in, and the ball is tipped out of bounds. And Lauren Calver came in, had a shot at stealing it, but just couldn't control it underneath the basket. So just 6 on the shot clock now for Northwestern State. They will inbound the ball underneath their basket as Grant looks for a cutter. Gets it back out front, and it's going to be, almost thrown out of bounds. Barnes picks it up. Now Grant drives in. Layup shot. Hits the glass and no iron, and it's a shot clock violation to give the ball back to the Huskies. 43-40, 6:59 left in the game. HBU trying to build on a 3-point lead. Entry pass. There's Calvert. Nice pass from Jones, and Lauren's got 10. She's got her second straight double-double. Here is the ball almost stolen away by Jones. She went high for it. Here's the three put up by Gillum. Air ball. And the ball, what do we have here? The ball is off of Northwestern State. Well, Bobby Jarman may have called a foul there, but no. So Freeman is back in. Grant sits down for the Lady Demons. Daub in the corner to Johnson. Amanda drives up, and she throws it back out to Carr, who has it go off of her fingertips. So a turnover gives the ball back to Northwestern State. 6:24 to go. Clock is not running. There it goes again. Here, the layup shot out of bounds. It's tipped off by the Huskies. So Northwestern State retains possession. There's a pass almost stolen away by Carr as Freeman tried to get it in to Johnson. Freeman again to key it in, looking for a cutter. Has to go back out front. And Gillum, almost a backcourt situation, saved by Freeman. Back to Gillum. She starts to drive, guarded by Calver. Now she throws it, and Freeman's saving it. Now she hooked Jones, no call, puts up a shot. Rebound comes down to Gillum, and now a rebound foul called against the Huskies. Well, there's a big-time hook over there. She drove around her, moved the arm around her. Daub charged with a foul. That is her third. And the first against the Huskies in the period. Gillum, who now has a streak of one missed free throw after making her first 42 of the season, starts over here and makes the first one here. She's got 16 now. Question somehow. No, finally get the ball to her, let her shoot. 45-41 makes them both. 45-42, 17 coming from Gillum. (45-42), 5:45 to go as Daub gets it to Carr. Sydney drives in. Has to get it back out to Daub. That's good defense by Northwestern State. 4:32. Here is entry pass goes into Calver, and as she's knocked to the floor, they call travel. Turnover's been a problem in the second half for the Huskies. The shot clock, there it goes. There is finally getting across. Here is Freeman. Throws it out of bounds, but it's off of Amanda Johnson. Well, they didn't reset the shot clock immediately, so they got an extra couple of seconds there. And Johnson wipes it off, gives the ball to Freeman. It's to Gillum underneath, and she's going to be fouled. Carr with her third foul. Second foul there, and So Gillum will be shooting 2. She's 7 of 9 now, misses the first one. She missed the last 5 games for Northwestern State in the concussion protocol. And she has missed 2 free throws in this game. She made the second. She's got 18 now. 45-43, the Huskies by 2. 5:15 to go. Sperta Daub moves it across the timeline, gets it to Sydney Carr. She drives in. This is Calver in the near corner. Swing it back around up front. As Daub calls the play out. Gets it back out to Amanda. Amanda will try the 3. It's rims out, no good. The rebound out of bounds, tipped out by the Huskies. So it'll be Northwestern State ball with 4:52 to go. A 2-point HBU advantage. Gillum across the timeline, drives in. Long skip pass to Scott. Now this is Jasmine Johnson back out to Freeman. Starting the play once again. Picks it up. Entry pass tipped around. Stolen. Amanda Johnson tipped it. Lauren Calver picked it up. Huskies with the ball, 4:20 to go. Back out to Calver. Shannon Jones jumps high. Jump shot. It falls in. Shannon with the career best, extending out to 16 now. It's 47-43. Here's Gillum, gets it across. Entry pass goes in, and a turnaround shot by Barnes is no good, but she was fouled. And it'll be a 2-shot foul. Calver charged with her third team foul of the period against HBU. And Barnes, who's 2 for 2 from the line tonight, will shoot 2. Northwestern State now 16 of 26 from the line today. The Huskies 4 of 5. No, that's right, 6 of 9, excuse me. Barnes makes the first. She's got 9. Grant comes in, and Johnson goes out for the Lady Demons. They are just really killing the Huskies on the boards. 42-35 is the advantage right now. Second free throw is no good. A rebound. The 36th of the game for the Huskies as Amanda Johnson gets it. Daub dribbles to the far wing, now dribbles to the baseline. Late shot is good. Britta scores for the first time. 49-44. Here's a long pass. And we have a player down. They're going to call a foul on Jones. Behind the play. That's her 4th. And the 4th team foul. Now Bobby Jarman and Doug Williams making a discussion on the play, and now they're going to get a discussion with Kristen McKinnon, the 3rd official, and they're going to take a look at something here on the replay. Gives us a chance to check that score from Natchitoches and see if the Husky men were able to hold on. This computer, load. We're taking a look here at what happened. Final score from Natchitoches. HBU men 77 and Northwestern State 70. So Husky men get a nice win on the road tonight. Any win's a good win for HBU, and that's a good one there. The Huskies break their losing streak with a 77-70 win at Natchitoches. Game played at Prather Coliseum. So another discussion here. See what they're looking for. They're looking at the foul here, whether Okay. Checking to see whether there should be an unsportsmanlike notation to that foul against Shannon Jones at the break. As it stands right now, 49-40 with 3:38 to go. And see what the call is as the three officials right in front of us are making the decision. And both teams talking to their coaches. Now here's the decision. Okay, no unsportsmanlike, Doug tells us. So it will not result in free throws or anything else. It'll just be the fourth foul against the Huskies in the period, which means that Northwestern State, the rest of this period on common fouls, will be shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way. So the Huskies up by 5. Northwestern State inbounds the ball as Scott gets it into Freeman and moving back the other way across the timeline. Freeman guarded by Carr. Entry pass stolen away. Tried to get it to Gillum, and Lauren Calver gets the outlet pass, and there is a, boy, Carr tried to put it up, and there was a two-handed push there. Carr on Barnes, that is just the first team foul against the Lady Demons in the period, but going to the line to shoot a pair will be Sydney Carr. Sed's played most of the game, but has not scored yet. This is her first free throw attempt. The Huskies, as we said, 6 of 9 from the line, and makes the first. Johnson is in, and I think that's Freeman that goes out. She has long hair. It obscures the number on the back of her jersey. Second free throw is also good by Carr, her first 2 points of the game. So the Huskies back up to a 7-point advantage, 51-44 with 3:14 to go. Huskies led by as much as 9 in the first half. They've trailed by as much as 5 here. Northwestern State, bad pass. Jones steals it. Shannon drives in, pulls it up, gets it to Johnson at the free throw line. She drives in. The shot was blocked and picked up by Northwestern State back the other way. Here's a three. Good. That is by Johnson, her first points of the game. 51-47, 2:40 to go. It's Amanda Johnson to Lauren Calver. Swings it across to Dobb. She drives the baseline. Back to Calver. Her shot's no good. And Nautica Grant with a rebound for Northwestern State. Trying to run. Here's another three put up. This one's just an air ball. Calver gets the rebound. And back the other way. Huskies by 4, 2:13 to go. Donna Finney says, slow it down a little bit. Let's run some clock. As Dobb has the ball, double team, gets it over to Johnson. Her jump shot from the lane is no good, but Carr gets the rebound. Her shot was short, but she was fouled. Jasmine Johnson's first foul, second team foul, but once again, Carr's going to be at the line to shoot a pair. Made a couple of them just a moment ago, and now it looks like one of the Demons is injured. That's all they need. And that is Johnson. Miller comes in, and Johnson, either an ankle or a cramp or something. I don't want to speculate. She hobbles off. See, Grant has missed time. Bell not playing. She has a concussion. Here's the first free throw is good by Carr. She is 3 of 3 so far. Makes them both. And no, she doesn't get it. Called for a lane violation. I think that was on Carr. So it's a 5-point Husky lead, 1:50 to go. As Miller gets the ball across the timeline. She's guarded by Carr and now gets it to Grant. 52-47 Huskies. This is Barnes, guarded by Amanda Johnson. Drives the baseline. And he just falls out of bounds. Huskies using that baseline as an extra defender. So many times they don't want to step outside. Full court pressure by Northwestern State as Daub gets it. Ball's kicked and knocked out of bounds by Scott. So the Huskies will retain possession. Now what they've done on the shot clock. They haven't run the shot clock yet. They had some problems with the table tonight, unfortunately. Hey, Jasmine Johnson is back up at the table to come back in, and she does. She's not running real good, and Barnes goes out. So it looked like that was just a cramp and not anything major. Thank goodness. So they put 28 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to figure out what the proper time is, and they're going to say, they're going to look at the replay once again to make sure that the timing is right. In a 5-point game, that is important. Baseball starting this weekend at HBU. The season opener is Friday afternoon, weather permitting, against Western Michigan. They are scheduled for a 2 o'clock start on Friday. The doubleheader, well, I guess just a single game on Saturday at 1 o'clock, and the series finale 2 o'clock on Sunday. Softball playing at home this weekend, playing Loyola, the Ramblers out of Chicago at 3 o'clock on Friday. And then once again at 9 a.m. Saturday morning against Loyola. Also scheduled for a game against Texas Southern at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Loyola and Texas Southern playing a game at 11. So a lot of softball for the Huskies this weekend. I mentioned basketball, the split doubleheader this weekend. The women playing Sam Houston State. That is a 2 o'clock start here at Sharp, and the men hosting the Bearcats at 7 o'clock here Saturday. Trying to build on that win that they had today in Natchitoches. Lonnie King will have both of those games for you here at HBUHuskies.com. Russ Renault, the baseball series at HBUHuskies.com. I'll have softball on HBUHuskies.com. So they put up a minute 29 with 28 seconds on the shot clock. Huskies will inbound the ball against full court pressure. Amanda Johnson will key it in, and gets it in to Shannon Jones. Now in the backcourt, here's Amanda getting across the timeline on the pass from Daub. And ball's tipped out of bounds as the Demons trying to pressure. Minute 17 left. Entry pass goes to Calver in the corner. Back out front to Daub. He's going to fight against the double team. Here is Calver. Gets it underneath to Johnson, turnaround layup, reverse layup is good, and Amanda with 10. And she's in double figures for the 18th time this season. 54-47, 52 seconds to go, and now a whistle on the other end. It's going to be a foul against the Huskies. Amanda Johnson's third. Huskies over the limit now. That's their fifth foul, and at the line will be Johnson. She has one three-pointer today. This is her first free throw attempt. And it's good. Lacey Savage comes in. Liva Gillum sits out. They're going to be going offense-defense, I'm sure, over the last 51.82 here. As Gillum sits down at the front end of the bench. Second free throw is good. So Johnson makes them both. And now Northwestern State. Nope. That was a timeout called by Donna Finney with 51.82 left to go, and the Huskies with a 5-point lead, 54-49. What this does is allow the Huskies to inbound the ball in the front court. That's the rule that's changed this year. In the final minute, they can do that, and that important thing is that it eliminates a 10-second count in the backcourt against the pressure that's going to be put up by Northwestern State. Northwestern State will have Saturday off. They will not play again until next Wednesday when they host Incarnate Word up in Natchitoches. I mentioned the Huskies at home on Saturday against Sam Houston State at 2 o'clock. Amanda Johnson, Calver, Carr, Daub, and Jones in for the Huskies. 51.82 to go. Amanda Johnson gets it inside to Carr, and immediately she is fouled by Grant. That is her first, and it's just the third against Northwestern State. So they can really ramp up the defense. Entry pass goes to Calver. Another foul call. This one is on, I think, on Johnson. No. It's on Miller. So that's number 4. So the Huskies will be shooting free throws the rest of the way now. 48.97 to go. Daub inbounds the pass, and now the foul is going to be off on Miller. That's her fourth. And Amanda Johnson now will be at the line. So Johnson will be at the line. Amanda, her first attempts tonight, but she is an 82% free throw shooter. And misses the first one off the back rim. Huskies just 9 for 13 from the line. They've been outscored by 10 at the line by Northwestern State. Misses them both, but the offensive rebound comes down to Carr. Stolen away by Grant. Now it's tipped away, and now a foul called on Amanda Johnson, I believe. Card on Britta Daub, her fourth. So 2 free throws coming for Grant at the other end. She is 2 for 4 today. But she is a good free throw shooter on the season, 85%. 42, just a couple of ticks over 42 seconds. And now Grant misses. Tia Youngblood returns to the game. And Miller, who has 4 fouls, is leaving. Second free throw. This one is good by Grant, so she is 3 of 6 from the line today. And now another timeout called by Donna Finney with 42 seconds to go. So each team with 2 left. Huskies with a 4-point lead. Northwestern State over the limit. Both teams over the limit now, so common fouls will be met with free throws. Leading scorer for the Huskies tonight, Shannon Jones, has 16 in double figures. Amanda Johnson and Lauren Calver with 10. Calver with a double-double. She also has 11 rebounds today. 4 assists, 3 steals. And hold it, 5 blocks also. So Johnson retucks her jersey in, gets it underneath, and it is tipped out of bounds underneath. It looked like trying to get to Carr for a layup. But it'll be the Huskies' ball with 41 seconds to go. And Britta Daub will inbound underneath the Husky basket. Huskies with some screens. Gets it back out front to Shannon Jones. She skies for it. And a foul's going to be called on Jocelyn Scott. Her 3rd foul, and Shannon Jones will be at the line. Shannon will be shooting 2. She makes it. Huskies by 5 with 39.63 to go. 2 quick dribbles. Free throw's good. Shannon's 3 for 3. She made 18. Now Jordan Dupuis makes the timeout call. 39.63 to go, and the Huskies with a 6-point lead. Still a 2-possession game. Give you a quick look at what else is happening in Southland play. 3 finals in. Lamar over Incarnate Word, 71-47. Nichols defeated Sam Houston State 70-65 tonight. And Central Arc over McNeese, 51-45. Those are the 3 finals. We'll have all the scores for you coming up on our postgame show on our audio feed at www.hbuhuskies.com. 39-63 is the time. Huskies by 6 as Grant gets the inbounds pass from Scott. Here's Gillum trying a 3. It's a long one. No good. Savage with a rebound. No good. Gets another rebound. Here's another 3 put up by Gillum. She follows her own shot, but it's picked down by Shannon Jones, and as she gets the ball across the timeline, she is fouled, and she will be back at the line. Grant charged with the foul, and Jones, who's 3 for 3, will be at the line. Last time the Huskies won at home was back in December. Shannon misses the first here, so she is now 3 of 4. 21.53. This is a big one to get it past a 2-possession game. And she makes it. She's got 19, and Northwestern State takes its final timeout. So they will be moving the ball up past midcourt. 57-50, the Huskies lead now. Northwestern State out of timeouts. And they are going to take a full one. And should we take it with them? Yeah, let's do that.
We all have special moments in life. Moments that we will remember forever. Best friends become family. At River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, we love family. You are a part of the River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram family. Live your best moments of life in a Jeep from River Oaks Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
So, how can I help you?
Have you ever walked into the paint store feeling like you should really know more than you know? Satin versus semi-gloss and I don't know.
Yes, I know the feeling.
That's how I feel right now about all of the financing options for this project I'm doing. I feel like I should know more than I know.
Don't sweat it. We have this new tool, My Credit Options Guide, that gives you a customized comparison like this, which helps you discover which credit options might be right for you.
Oh, this is better. They should make one for paint.
Want to get started?
Drive in, now kicks it out. There's a three put up from the far corner. Gillum does get the rebound. Grant trying a three. High arching, no good. Another offensive rebound as Savage goes up. And she is going to be fouled by one of the Huskies with 9.21 to go. Sydney Carr charged with her fourth foul. And Savage, who has not scored tonight, will be at the line. She's a 58% free throw shooter and makes the first one. Misses the second. Carr gets the rebound, and she's immediately fouled by Miller. Oh, nope, no foul. Timeout. We'll get that spot we missed just a moment ago. This is Husky basketball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Rolling up on a cheap price feels good, but cheap comes with risk. Heart surgeons, pilots, no one hires a cheap one of them. Fact is, certain things must be done right. Installing electricity in Houston schools and hospitals needs to be built with manpower that spent 10,000 hours training to do their job. So for heart surgeons to do their job, we must do ours. Skilled labor isn't cheap, and cheap labor isn't all that skilled.
The time is now to hire IBW electricians.
So HBU will be inbounding the ball here right to my left. Amanda Johnson gets it in to Britta Daub. They don't foul her. 5 seconds to go. Britta works away from it, gets it to Carr, and that's going to be the score. The Huskies win 57-51. Huskies move to 7-16 on the season, 3-10 in conference play, while Northwestern State falls to 7-18 and 2-12. Well, this concludes the simulcast portion of tonight's broadcast. For our conversation with head coach Donna Finney, a statistical wrap of tonight's game, and a quick look at scores across the Southland Conference, please connect to www.hbuhuskies.com and tap on the links to the audio broadcast. For those of you leaving us now, Huskies win 57-51. Good night from Houston. This is Husky basketball, powered by the Legacy Sports Network.